Firepro Wrestling World on the PS4. This is a research stream of a game that I've been meaning to, from a series I've been meaning to play for a long time. This PS4 game was generously provided by the Carroll County Public Library System of Maryland. I actually have played the Game Boy Advance version of Firepro, and I didn't understand it at all. I don't think it came with a manual. Or if it did, I couldn't make sense of it. And I also have a copy of the PS2 version of this game, which I got for a few dollars about last summer, I want to say. I haven't even touched it. That game came with a manual at least, but this game comes with a tutorial that finally explains how to play this game, so that helps a lot. If nothing else, maybe I can use this to help other people who are trying to get into this game. Although the tutorial seems to be okay, but this game is extremely technical, I'm finding out. It's even more technical than I thought it was. So this isn't like, you know, Saturday Night Slam Masters, which is like an arcade game, or like the WrestleMania arcade game that I played a while ago on the PS1. It's not that kind of game. It's a game that's based on precise button timings to do certain moves, and there's a strategy attached to the moves that you do, because you're targeting certain body parts, and the body parts you weaken first determine how quickly the enemy can be fatigued, which means you're more likely to get a pin, which means you're less likely to kick out of it, that kind of thing. We'll talk about that later. For now, we're going to go over the basics that I've already unlocked, because I've done all these team missions you see here are tutorial missions. When you choose the mission mode, it takes you through a tutorial that tells you how to play the game. The game that I got here did not come with a manual. It actually came with an almanac for all the fighters in the game. It's the New Japan Pro Wrestling Almanac. If you look, I've been out of the wrestling scene since, you know, the late 1990s when The Rock and when Stone Cold Steve Austin got injured, and I never watched WCW, NWO. I played a few of the video games, but I'm at least 2 decades behind on the wrestling scene. I'm a Coco Beware guy, not a Miz guy, but anyway. Roman Reigns. I'm not in that crowd. I'm old school, I admit. But I'm very interested to know what this game allows. So, this game's apparently super, super deep in terms of the customization because they didn't have licenses back then. So one of the reasons why this game was so popular is because you can go through ridiculous amounts of detail to essentially create any kind of character you wanted to create in this game. So if you wanted to create Coco Beware, you could. I'm curious how that would work, but we'll make that happen later. For now, I'm just going to explain the basics. We'll go through the tutorial. We'll go through the character creation mode later, because you can make male and female wrestlers. You can make male and female wrestlers of questionable gender, by the way. There's a question mark next to the gender if you want to. I guess for bass wrestlers, I guess. But yeah, if you want to break that down, then you can go that deep too. So that's actually kind of interesting. We'll talk about that later. You come to the right place, rookie. Okay, yeah, apparently a Steel Johnson over on the right. Yeah. Anyway. Well, if you're curious, if you want like a little primer on this New Japan wrestling crap, Giant Bomb has a quick look video of this game that I would highly recommend, because Alex Navarro is a hardcore wrestling geek, and he's kind of schooling the other wrestling fan, Dan Reichert, on how wrestling works in New Japan. Okay, here's where things get interesting. Lock up and press the square button. Locking up is automatic. You just have to be close enough to your opponent to grab him. Watch the timing here. I'm going to press the square button. Flash red. You might not be able to see it because of the reduced frame rate of the capturing on my PS4 right here, but my character will flash red for a couple of frames. That's how you know you got your timing right. As you're probably noticing, it gets very, 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 very particular. As soon as you begin that grappling animation, you basically have to wait until your arms lock before you can press that button. Otherwise, you're going to fail, and you're going to see me fail a lot during this tutorial, so fair warning. Medium moves. Do the same time, this time press X instead of square. Press the directional button in all 4 directions to pull off different moves. Okay. X. See, I missed. So I missed the timing on that one. The game's telling me that I'm late. Press X for that. Press X for that. I'm going to press up and X for this. Whoops. I missed. F. See, I was early on that one. Up and X. Early. Okay. Up and X. It was early again. Like I said, you see me fail a lot. The timing on this is very particular. That's up and X for a suplex. Press circle with the same timing. You can only have to wear down an opponent, otherwise a pull reversal. Oh, really? Okay, let me press down and X. That's down and X. How about left and X? It's too early. Left and X. I don't know if it's based on the direction you're facing or if it's just left or right. Absolutely. Like if I'm facing left, just pressing left and X always do the same move no matter what direction I'm facing. That's left and X. It's a neck breaker, I think. Left and X. Yeah, so it's the same move if you hold left and press X regardless of which direction you're facing. That's right and X. That's the same move, huh? Right and X? No. Try right and X. Nope. So left and X and right and X do the exact same move. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Let's try circle. Just a regular circle. Not using the D-pad. Just pressing circle. For that. But if the enemy's not stunned, he'll just fight back like that. So that's kind of cute. Yeah, that's kind of cute. Okay. Up in circle. There we go. Down in circle. That's cute. Left in circle? No. Try left in circle. Nope. Nope. Like I said, I'm practicing. God, I knew I was early that time too. Got him. That's left in circle. So if you want to put him on a particular part of the mat, that sounds interesting. Okay. So you're starting to see the problem there, is that the timing on this game is very, very, very particular. So I don't remember Saturday Night Slam Masters being this particular. I want to say that, of course, there's none of the button mashing crap that you were doing in Royal Rumble or WWF Raw back on the Super NES. Those games, they were interesting, I guess, when I was younger, but yeah, they're slow and they're too button mashy, and eventually the AI is kind of ridiculous. Attacking a downed opponent. So practice that grapple system as soon as you can, because the timing of those grapples is going to make these matches a lot easier once you master it. Okay, mat attacks. Use a grapple move to slam your opponent onto the mat. Position your foot over them and press X or O. Positioning determines what move you unleash. Are you close to the head or legs? Are they face up or face down? It matters. Yeah, in this game that determines the move you execute. Okay, so when I press X near his head for this. Okay. Put him on the ground. Whoops. Let's get the guy on the ground. I'm going to hold down and press X. Nope. Yeah, it's down next. Okay, let's do X near the legs. So if I press X near the head, I do a head grapple. If I press X near the legs, I do a leg grapple. So if you want to weaken a particular part of the body, that sort of move set matters. X. Okay, let's just press X. That didn't work. Up and X. Up and X. Yep, up and X for the suplex. Okay, circle near the head. Ow, elbow to the face. Now let's try some pinfall. Again, grapple and slam your opponent onto the mat. Push yourself over them and press R2. Pinfall kind of position. So yeah, you can use a pinfall over the legs, pinfall over the chest, that kind of thing. We'll see what happens. X. Nope. X. No. We're just gonna press X. Get him on the ground. God, too early. Don't mash. It's timing based. Okay, R2 near the head for a CPR pin, I guess. He'll kick out of that, I guess. Circle. Okay, probably bad idea. I'm gonna press R2 near his legs. See? To roll him up. And if his legs are weak, that's probably a legitimate strategy there. Let's hold down and press X. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna try pin near his head, by the way. Turn it. Down. Down and X. Okay, R2 near his head. So I guess it's the same move. I guess if you roll him over, that might mean something. I don't know. That's something to practice. Okay, so those are the basics. This is where things get a bit more annoying because the game wants you to do a particular kind of rope move. Basically, the good old-fashioned Irish whip. You get into a grapple, then you throw your enemy into the rope. So we're going to practice a bunch of that. This took me a while to get down because I couldn't really get the timing down on the running moves. We're going to whip them to the rope. Grapple, press triangle to perform an Irish whip. Triangle is actually is also the run button in this game. But when you're in a grapple, you initiate a run by whipping the opponent into the rings. And then you press the triangle button to follow them. So I press triangle to run after whipping an opponent into the ring. Whipping an opponent into the rope. Whipping into the ropes. I say that 10 times fast. If your timing is on point, you'll land a running attack. Different buttons result in different moves. Okay, let's try this. Triangle, then triangle again to throw them into the ropes. Then I press triangle to initiate a run. I'm going to press X while I'm running. See, I can get the timing down there. X. Got him. That was a lariat. Triangle. Triangle, circle. Missed. Triangle, circle. I wasn't running that time. That doesn't count. That doesn't count either. So, triangle. Whoops. Get the timing down. It's timing based. Triangle. Circle. Nope. I'm supposed to run before doing that. Triangle. Okay, triangle. Let's do a triangle square. Got him. Just a shoulder bash. No, a shoulder lean. Triangle circle. Nope. Circle. Yeah, I got him with the foot. Okay. So the running, running by pressing circle gives you the foot to the face. Run counters. These are actually a lot easier. Whip them to the ropes. Then while you're waiting for them, press an attack button while they're running towards you. Now I'm going to do the circle button because this is the easiest one. Because you saw me accidentally crouch that one time. So I'm going to whip this guy into the ropes, press circle when he gets close to me. Like that. The timing on that's very forgiving. You can do that several seconds before he arrives. Like this. See? So the timing on that isn't very particular. So that's an easy move to do for some easy, dumb damage. Let's try a square button. See, it's kind of hard to get. Square. Missed. Square. Nope. Can I hold the square button down? Okay, we'll get to that move later. Square. Missed. Square. Missed. Square. Not that move. Not that move. Square. Got him. See, the timing's very particular on that, so I don't want to do that very often. It's easier for me just to press the circle button and do that little, crouching, that crouching, what do you call that? It's a crouch where the opponent runs into you, then you just flip him over your head. I do like that crouching move, because again, it's really easy to do and it's flashy. And it doesn't hurt you at all. It hurts him a lot, but it doesn't hurt you at all. There's no risk to you to do that move. Basically, if you press the circle button, there's no risk that you're going to take a hit, really, unless he recovers before he hits you, I guess. Because you'll see that in a real game. In the, quote, real wrestling. Unquote. Anyway, running corner attacks are kind of interesting. The timing isn't as difficult, but it takes a bit of practice. Because basically you're trying to get close enough to... Basically you're trying to maneuver your opponent into those turnbuckles on the left and right. It might also work if you whip them up and down. I think it only really works if you get those turnbuckles on the left and right corners of the screen. Grapple parallel to a corner post, like where I am right now. And press left or right plus triangle to whip them into the corner. Hold circle as you run automatically. Trying to automatically initiate a running corner. Okay. So I'm going to run towards the opponent. So I'm going to whip them into the corner right there on the left-hand side. Then I'm going to run towards them with the triangle button and hold down circle before I reach them. So I'm going to run towards them while holding circle. Run, circle. Got him. That's not too bad. You just have to kind of prepare your mind mentally for that move. Again, it's not that big of a deal. Now, pressing circle, that dude's on his back, so that's kind of cool. Run, circle. That's pretty easy. He's on the ground, so you can combo him a little bit. Pick apart the body if you want. That's his back, not his head. That's okay. Oh, missed. Got him. On the ground, so I press R2. Okay. That was pretty easy, like I said, once you figure out the timing. So basically it boils down to, okay, run, but roll. Like I'm using the top of my thumb to hold down the triangle button. Then I'm rolling the knuckle on my thumb. You know, the knuckle on your thumb that you use to get the circle button. But anyway, master running corner attacks. I did master the corner grapple. This one's kind of annoying because it depends on where the enemy lands and the move that you do to get them on the mat, because you might not be able to get the move off before they stand up. For instance, again, this is going to be very specific. This might take me a couple of tries. Whip them into a corner so they slump against the post. Before they recover, get close to initiate a grapple. So basically, while they're slumped against the corner, you just walk up to them and initiate the little grapple animation. Press circle and a directional button to unleash a corner move. Left, right, or down. Don't press up. We'll get to up later. Okay, so run into the wall. Whoops. Triangle, remember to get him against the rope. There you go. Grapple. Left and circle. That's what that is. It's a bull rush. We'll call it a bull rush. So we held left in circle. Let's try our right in circle. That was left. Yeah, I did that wrong. I was too close to the ropes anyway. So basically there are moves you can do if you whip someone near the rope. Whoops, wrong button. That's the problem with grapple. Sometimes they counter you. Grapple. Right in circle. Did I do that right? Okay, well, I'll press down in circle next time. Whoops. So, slump. Down in circle. There it is. The stomp. Let's try it against the ropes again. We're going to do right in circle. Nope, missed that. There's always a risk with these dumb moves. If you counter the grapple, you're going to lose your opportunity. Probably better off punching it sometimes. Might depend on your wrestler, though. Some wrestlers have stronger grapples than regular moves, I guess. Crap. Let's see if I can hold right in circle after I grapple him. Missed it. That's the one we call the grap. The grappling time is kind of annoying. Got him. Missed. I tried to hold right and press circle, and I missed the grapple timing there. I mean, most of the challenge, really, is just figuring out the timing on these grapples. See? Missed it again. You can hold down right before you press circle, just so. The problem is that it's when you press circle that determines the grapple timing. Got him. So it's the same move. Okay, so we're fine. Alright, so never mind. So you press left or right in circle and you do the little head, the little shoulder ram. Take it to the top rope. So this time we're going to hold up in circle during the grapple, and that will put them on the top of the rope. Top of the turnbuckle. Press circle with the correct timing, and bam, unleash a crushing avalanche move. Some wrestlers lack top rope moves, while others have a deep move list. Okay, so fine. Watch this. Circle. We're going to grapple. When we begin the grapple animation against the turnbuckle, we're going to hold the up and press circle. Whoops. That's too early. So up and circle before the grapple. There it is. Now he's on top. Press circle. And we're out. That was it. Pinning him second. Whoops. Try it again. We're going to do it a couple more times. Not so bad. Crap. It's easy to do. Game wouldn't have any value, would it? Got him. Let's hold down in circle. It's the same move. Okay. So it doesn't matter what button. They say it depends on the character. Some characters have more than one top rope grapple move. But this guy seems to only have one. He's a default character. Okay, let's do a right and circle. Same move. So it's always the same move for this guy. That's okay. Apparently some characters don't even have that move. It's kind of weird. But again, I guess it's diversity of move sets for different characters. I understand. Last chance. The flying turnbuckle moves. Okay, so we'll finish up the tutorial with this. And maybe I'll give you a peek at the character creator mode. I definitely wanted you to see this tutorial. Turnbuckle Aerials. Up your opponent near a corner and slam them onto the mat. Move towards the corner and press X to climb the turnbuckle, then press square for a diving attack. Square and triangle, sorry, square and cross moves. Square and cross grapple stun longer. Okay, so press square or, okay, I didn't know that. Press square or X to use a longer stun move. Okay, let's try this. Down and X. Yeah, let's do early. Down and X. It should be a side slam. Yeah, side slam. This is hard. X, square, Macho Man, and I missed. See what I mean? Let's try left and X for that. X, square, missed. Okay, right and X. Same move. X, square. Whoop, I delayed there. See? These are annoying. Let's try square. Down and square. Whoops. Down and square. Nope. Down and square. There. X. Square. Got him. That's harder. We'll show you an easier move a bit later. Gonna press up and square. Body slam. X. Square. Did I miss that? Up and X. Or those down X. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. X. Sometimes you accidentally kick when you mean to climb the ropes. Left and square. X. Missed! Right and square. Okay. Give a position. Square. So these are kind of annoying because it's too easy to miss. It's too easy to whiff on these. Up and square. Got him. And sometimes, you accidentally kick them when you don't want to. So, I mean, that kind of stuff. I'm not going to be able to get this off. X. Square. See, I missed. Up and X. Suplex. But he might be too far away. I pressed square to ascend to climb the rope that time. That was weird. Try that. X. Yeah, did I press square to climb the rope that one time? Darn it. See if I can press square to climb the rope. Did I press the wrong button? Yeah, square works. So I can press square to climb the rope. So I guess maybe that prevents me from kicking them accidentally. Against standing opponents too. If your opponent is on their feet, use a... Okay, so if they actually do manage to climb, you can press the circle button for a diving attack. Of course, my opponent will evade it. So use a circle grapple first. They'll stand up in a daze. Whoops. Let's try that. Down and circle. Square. Wait till he stands up. Circle! See? That's a lot easier, actually. So the circle moves don't keep them on the mat as long, but they can set up a move that you can use if they do stand up. So, square. Wait till he stands up. Circle! So basically, as soon as he's getting ready to stand up, I can do that move. I can do this when they're on the ground. A little something extra. Up and circle. Okay, square, square. Circle! Got him. So these are a lot easier because you don't have to worry about whiffing on them. Maybe you can still whiff on them, but maybe it's just easier to hit them when they wake up. Or if you know they're going to wake up, maybe just press circle, see if you can hit them. You probably can, but I like the idea of knowing that there's an alternative. Okay, so those are the basics. Obviously there's a lot more to it. Like you saw me do a bunch of moves before that weren't part of the tutorial, but I accidentally did them. There's some extra bells and whistles here. Now I'll come back to this dude later. And let me go back a bit. I'm going to show you the customization mode for a second. Then we'll probably just do one quick mode. Got Battle Royale, dude. This game is like stacked with modes, which I really like. Wrestler edit, fighting mode. I think that's like it's like a campaign of some sort. You try to work your way up the wrestling rankings, but we'll get to that later maybe. Yeah, let me go to the edit mode. Wrestler edit. I'll show you the presets because there are lots of options here. And we'll build from the bank. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, John Smith. Yeah, John Smith. Wrestler appearance, skill, CPU logic. This is where things look really interesting. Look at this. Are these like dice rolls that determine the likelihood that they will perform a certain move? That's actually kind of sick. I don't think you can do this in any of the WWE games. At least any of the recent ones. So these sorts of tendencies and whatnot, really interesting. So I could probably mess with that later. Let's return. So that sounds really, really interesting. I mean, you can go nuts with this if you want to. So this game becomes like a utility on top of just being a traditional wrestling game. But I don't think you can really change the mechanics that much. That's something to study later. But I'm curious if the PS2 allows. I'm curious if the PS2 version of this game, what is it, Firepro Wrestling Returns? I'm curious if that allows the option. Wrestler appearance. We'll go through some of the presets here. Now I want to say that like Jeff Gerstmann and the Giant Bomb guys, like they'll look at sprites and say, oh, that's who this analog is. Like that's Kenny Omega, you know, that's Jake the Snake and that kind of thing. They would know that. I'm not as particular. We'll see. I'm not as deep into that. Presets. Okay. Black bands, purple bands. Wait a minute. It's supposed to be another kind of preset here. Just a second. I know there's some wrestler presets here, because I saw them earlier. Is it wrestler name and profile? No, not here, not here. It's supposed to be down here. Okay, let's see. We'll do a stance pose. Okay, presets. There we go. These are some generic dudes. Then you go a bit further down, you get the boxers. Wait, is that... That's Cody from Final Fight. Which is actually kind of amusing. I don't know if that's supposed to be familiar. Wait, what's he wearing? What's that insignia? Yeah, I want to know. We're moving on. Let's see. A ref. Okay, this is a female character size, so I guess it's the same size, really. But you get to see on the right-hand side of the screen, you can see the faces and the colors that are being used here. Let's see. So these are strong females. Those strong. Oh, I see. There are different sizes. There's a size called medium at the top right-hand corner, top left-hand corner of the screen. There's a size called female, which is actually kind of interesting. Or is that her? Yeah, strong female. Same here. Oh, female with short hair. Okay, that's what's going on. Okay, never mind. Okay, power medium. Luchador medium, in terms of size. Power large wrestler. This guy actually looks... I don't know what WWE character he's supposed to be. He's got a beard, though. So that's cute. You can see the right-hand side of the screen where it says Layer 1, Part 94. Mullet and beard. Seems pretty appropriate. Complexion of these characters gets pretty dark, too. I'll show you some of those later. In fact, there's a couple of dudes in here who look like they might be from... I don't know. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, some real dark-skinned Japanese brothers in this game. That's a shooter. Power large. Technician, no, where's the technician small? Yeah, technician, like Kurt Angle, I guess. What kind of mullet? Luchador small. Like, what's that guy's name from, yeah, there's that guy in a Saturday Night Slam Master. He's the Mexican dude. He's really small. But he flies around the ring, kind of like that. This guy looks like might be old school Eddie Guerrero, I guess. Okay, let's see. That he looks kind of like Earthquake from Samurai Showdown. Just the red, white, and blue. This guy might be a visionary. But if you look at his shoulder on the left, it's kind of glitching out. That's another issue entirely. Ugh, look at this dude. Well, you do got some dark-skinned dudes in here, so that's something. So, Technician medium, Power large. Let me go a bit further down. I know there's some more females in here. Capo? What's that Capo stance? I don't know if that's a reference to another type of wrestler. Anyway. Medium, Tech medium, Power giant. Okay. Wait, mixed style medium. Yeah, mixed. They got MMA in here. Boxing. A giant boxer. Must be leg day. See, okay, so here we go. So at the bottom of the list are most of the females down here. So you got a shooter female, like an MMA fighter. Ronda Rousey type, basically. Maybe a little, I don't know if Ronda Rousey was a shooter, but I think Misha Tate might have been one. Got a regular wrestling style. Strong female. Wait. There's a power large here, but large usually refers to characters who are males. But they might be willing to code her as female, which I think is interesting. And we got a luchador female right here. But apparently the females are all the same size. Unless the argument is that these characters don't have to code as male or female. So something like that. So we're back to the beginning. So that gives you some idea about what the presets are. So that's interesting. But I guess if yeah, it might come down to hair and face really. Because I don't know if the female versus male size matters really, as long as the facial type is what you're looking for. So that's an interesting way of doing this, actually. So I'm curious how this plays out, so we'll go back a bit. I'm not going to delete a layer, there's a sub-menu here. Well, the sub-menu doesn't seem to help very much. Oh, that sub-menu. Costume. Okay. Never mind, we'll worry about that later. So yeah, I want you to get a chance to see some of that. This game gives you way more options than I expected, as far as that goes. Including, like I said, the CPU logic is ridiculous. Yeah, I showed you that earlier. I mean, yeah, that tells you their stats. That CPU logic setup really is ridiculous. I mean, you can have so much fun with this. You can change their movesets too. You can get really super specific here. So I really like that. Of course, you can change their movesets. So what's their standing move with the square button? Or the X button? Or the circle button? And of course, you can add a voice to it too, which I think is interesting. There seems to be a bunch of grunts, so it's probably not that big of a deal. I don't know what compatibility means. Is that compatibility D? I don't know what that means. Is that based on the type of wrestler you're using? What else do we got? Pressing R1 and L1 doesn't seem to do anything. Yeah, we're gonna back out. Jump onto post, that's the big move. Jump on the post for an X, jump on the post for a square. Okay, so that's what that's about. So those are all the moves you saw me do in the tutorial. And what were the other ones? Die from the top of the cage. There is no cage for this guy, I guess. Strike contest. That's cute. Rough 4, sub-attribute 4. So you can get really particular here. All his compatibility moves C or D. This one's a B. What's this B move? I don't know what does compatibility mean? Schoolboy. Plus up to 1 finishing move and 4 signature move for increased damage and spirit recovery. Okay, that's cute. Okay. Shout gut. Okay, I guess that's interesting. Triple team. That's cute. Taunt performance. Yeah, okay. I guess you can get creative if you want. You can even have entrance ramp performances. I mean, right? Let's go back out of this. Return to menu. Yeah, so we're not going to save any of these. I didn't really want to change anything. Just want to show you what was there. And we'll finish up by doing a quick little mission mode. So we're going to win by pinning my opponent. Check the match rule. 3 count. So I can't change that. So I have to win by pinning. Of course, you press R2 to pin, remember. So see how long it takes me to weaken this dude. I don't know which part of his body is weakest, so we'll pick a part of the body and stick with it. Maybe we'll just attack his head repeatedly. Because again, apparently if you weaken a particular part of the body, it means that every subsequent move becomes more dangerous to that part of the body, and it should do more damage. So let's press X. Whoop, missed that already. I somehow have saved myself from being thrown against the ropes. X. Up and X. Missed. X. Darn it. No, let me go. X. Whoop! Broke out of it. Up and X. Okay, I got to use a regular attack. X. Yep, missed. Uh-oh. X. Nope, that didn't work. Ah, crap. Maybe I shouldn't grapple this guy. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't even bother grappling this guy. Maybe I should just run instead. Yeah, see? Shoulder lean. I can do that over and over again. Whoops. That was a circle button during a run. Got him. That. Got him. Press X. So I'm supposed to aim for his head. Let's aim for his head, shall we? Circle. Mashing on the button. Okay. So you have to stick to his head for now. That's the mission move. Whoops. Yeah, don't grapple. Whoops. Ah. I got something on him. That's a pinfall. Was expecting that, but I did it. That's a drop kick I didn't mean to do. I don't even know who I'm using, by the way. I don't know who this dude is. Got him in the head. X. Yeah, I definitely want to get his head. That's a submission move. Because I'm just focusing on his head at this point. Who's gonna win this contest? Whoops. I'll just pick a body part and attack it, I guess. So he's weaker, I think, based on that. Did he block me? Gah! Grapple. Irish whip. I did that wrong. Gotta press. Do this. Yeah, I got him in the face. What was the? Yeah, I did him against the ropes, but I pressed the circle button, but I don't know if I did enough damage. Whoops. And I missed on the shoulder lean. That's a back damage move. Okay, R2. R2 for the grapple. That's a pinfall. Nope, not yet. We'll get there. X. Darn it. Okay. I pressed the triangle button to see if I can keep myself from being thrown against the ropes there. I think I picked him up with the square button. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do a submission move on his head. I'll keep that in mind. That's a back move. Whoops. Wrong button. Wrong button. Got him with the shoulder lean. R2. Can I pin him against the ropes like that? Yeah, you can't pin him against the ropes, technically. Circle. Whoa! Not good. Okay, not good, not good. Need a couple more moves to bring him down. No! I'm mashing on the buttons here. Okay, I'm gonna do it myself. Yeah, you gotta break it because he's on the ropes. Okay. Okay, so we're both getting a little bit tired. Yeah, I'm really tired. It's not good for me. R2. No, I have to break it. You have to break that. I have to break that. I have to drag. Basically, I have to drag him out from the. I have to drag him out from behind the ropes. Whoops. Crap. So basically, I can't pin him against the ropes. I need to bring him out away from the ropes. Up an X. Ow. Oh, for crying out! Ah! I think he got me here. No, he doesn't yet. Oh, nope. R2. I think it's R1, actually. Nope. 2.9. He's almost dead. R2. 2.9. Maybe another move here. Maybe a submission move might. Hey! What was that? Okay, we got a problem. Yeah, he's dragging me out from the ropes here. Okay, we got a problem. Nope. I'm not that weak. Circle! Darn it! Wrong button. Push, press, circle, flip him. That crap. That crap! Yeah, this is not good. This is not good. I'm not having this. Uh-oh. Reversal! Don't know I did that, but I got a reversal. R2. That might do it. Nope. Crap. I'm just tired. Ow! Come on. Didn't want any of this. Circle. Yes! Good enough. Now we're both too tired. Up and square. Nah, that was not good. Nope, reversal. Circle. Like I was trying to do a submission move. I can't pin him. I need a submission move. I'm too tired. R2. He's out. Finally. Jeez. Good enough. Ref might be kind of tired too. So I won my first fight here in Firepro Wrestling World. That might be enough for now. It's way too much for this. And now he kicked out of it. I had to press a button to stop that animation. You happy? Well, I won. I had to press the options button to continue. So I guess the game gives me an opportunity to do some taunting or something. Which is amusing, I guess. Curtain jerker. Okay, so both hands on a press pin. That's how long. And I went on a DDT at some point. Okay, 68%. I don't know what that means. But that was my performance rating, I want to say. Is the game going to explain this at some point? Because that's the part I don't understand, but anyway. Got an A ranking for that. Despite that garbage. Okay, so then there's a bunch of stuff here about winning with a submission move and a match rank of 60%. I got a 65, I got a 68% earlier. So I guess it's how I won, like how I fought. Land your finishing move, then win. Enter finisher. I don't know what my finishing move is, actually. Land a diving slingshot attack outside the ring, then win. With an opponent outside the ring, move towards the ropes and hold B to sling. Oh, okay. Just hold the circle button to slingshot. Tap out. I guess that was easy enough. We'll come back to this later. This thing seems like dizzyingly complicated for certain things. But I like the idea of having all these options. You know, it might not be a great game, but it might have all these options might make the game better than it otherwise would be. Because there is a bit of depth here, and the timing-based combat seems interesting. The timing-based grapple. Instead of the button-mashy grapples that were in those Super NES wrestling games I mentioned. At least the first couple. Because obviously by the end they were doing the WWF arcade game. And that was more of a fighter than a traditional wrestling game. But anyway, well, sports entertainment wrestling. Not Greco-Roman wrestling. So we're done for now.